They're pride of place on many parents' mantelpieces, their cap and gown picture of their student child on graduation. But thousands of them who finished their degrees in the past 2 years didn't have formal ceremonies. Some universities have rescheduled those events for the classes of 2020 and 21 to next year. But after such a gap, will students still want to return to their universities? I've been speaking to Jasmine Parker. She got her degree from the University of Warwick this year, and Abigail Taylor, who finished at the University of Stirling last year. I asked them how disappointed they were when the original ceremonies were cancelled.
I was really, really devastated, to be honest, to the point that I had quite a lot of uni work that I just sort of put off for 3 or 4 days because I just found it really hard to motivate myself without kind of the reward. Obviously, you still get the degree, but I think it's just a really hard time when all the fun stuff is being cancelled, but you still have to do all of your deadlines and uni work. So yeah, I was really upset. It really felt like I had missed out on a major life milestone.
Was it the same for you, Abigail?
Yeah, it was basically the same as Jasmine. I remember the day that the university sent the emails out, and I was just sitting in my flat crying, and then I phoned my mum as well because she was really excited. And I think she was disappointed as well to miss out on a big opportunity, just to celebrate finally finishing university after 4 years.
So this really made you cry. Why was it so important?
I think I didn't expect to get to the end. So when I got there eventually, I was so excited to celebrate and see my friends, my lecturers and my family all together, but it then was just taken away from us. And obviously it was no one's fault, so it wasn't as if we could blame someone. It was just completely devastating, really.
But now, Jasmine, you're going to be able to have the celebration at least.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm doing a master's this year, so hopefully I should be able to graduate this summer. I'm pretty confident that that will happen. But yeah, I think it makes it a bit tricky when I'm supposed to have my graduation from Warwick, from my undergrad, the same summer, probably about a week apart. That sort of becomes quite odd. I think it's a little tricky to justify going to both because obviously going to a graduation is expensive.
And particularly expensive for you, Abigail, I imagine, because your family lives in Northern Ireland, don't they?
Yes, that's true. So my family had already basically booked their flights. My mum had actually bought her dress for the graduation that was meant to happen in 2020, and she bought it in 2019. So there was no pressure there to actually graduate.
Hope she still fits into it after lockdown. We've all had issues
right.
in that department.
You're right. So yeah, it will be expensive, but it'll be totally worth it. And to get back to see all my friends again that I haven't seen in 2 years because of the pandemic as well, it won't really matter about the expense at that time. It's just going to be brilliant.
And Jasmine, you've had your own DIY ceremony anyway, haven't you?
I'm lucky that I have a really supportive family. So we had a sort of little family graduation of sort of 6 or 7 people in the garden in late July, which was really lovely. My dad gave a great little speech that actually was more personal than, the speech you'd get from the Vice-Chancellor anyway. So yeah, I think for me, I've kind of had the moment and moved on. Obviously, it's not as good as the actual celebration that I should have had.
Did you still dress up?
I did. I bought my dress anyway. I actually bought my dress after graduation. It had been cancelled because I was determined to still make it a celebration. And I bought the cap and gown off Amazon. So I tried as hard as I could to replicate the real thing.
And you'll be getting your cap and gown picture in the end, Abigail?
Absolutely. I went to the University of Stirling, and there's a big lock just in the middle, and the graduation photograph that everyone has is standing in front of the lock with their degree and their mum or dad or whoever's family's there. And that's the aim, to get that picture in front of the lock. Hopefully it doesn't rain. But again, it's going to be in Scotland, so we can't bet on that, and get the nice photo with my family.
Well, I hope you both enjoy it when the time comes. Jasmine Parker, Abigail Taylor, thank you both.